I might have just come across the most insane news for XRP, and no, I'm not talking about prices this time. I'm actually talking about a big development for XRPL that every single person right now is simply not talking about it, as well as a massive week for the entire crypto market. So make sure you tuned in. This video is definitely one you've got to see. If you have at least one XRP in your portfolio, you're not going to want to miss it. So smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. So as we've been talking about now for a while, a big week in cryptocurrency, whether it's macroeconomics, trade deals, or more importantly, the FOMC deciding where interest rates are going to go, this could be a monumental week for cryptocurrency, reigniting the bull run that many of us believe, or, well, sending us back down. Think of this. Wednesday, we do get the interest rate decision along with the Federal Chair press conference. Now, I've been very optimistic that I think Jerome Powell has to go bullish on what he talks about. He simply doesn't have the data to risk being too late to these cuts. We also get Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta earnings on the same day, with President Trump set to meet President Xi on Thursday, Apple and Amazon chucking in their earnings, and the S&P 500 companies report earnings this week with a minus 20%, which is pretty bullish as well. That's a pretty big week all in all. That while at the same time, by the way, Ripple Swell comes the week after, and it'll be the first time the White House is there. From November 4th to November 5th, many people from BlackRock, Citibank, BNY, NASDAQ, as well as the White House will be talking about Ripple Swell. But that isn't what I want to focus on in this video. Yes, they're super macro events that I think are going to push the price of XRP and the broader market up, but let's talk about the latest XRP ledger update. This is XLS 56, which is all about NFT trading with Batch. Okay, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is trading with Batch? Well, it's simultaneous NFT swaps enhancing user capabilities on the blockchain. Simply put, you can swap 10 NFTs for 5 NFTs. Traditionally, NFTs become one-to-one, but this is important. And when you walk through this, you're like, all right, cool, NFT swaps on the XRPL. Great. Let's apply this to a banking infrastructure. Let's apply it to the financial markets. This might blow your freaking minds. So think about what it is. Ultimately swapping NFTs. And then when you put it into the banking sector, let's say, for example, that you have a bank that has, well, let's say tokenized assets. We know that that's already a thing for the XRPL. And let's say the other bank has tokenized treasury bills, and you want to swap them. They want to rebalance their portfolios. They want to move some of this money around. They can automatically exchange 10 loan NFTs for 8 treasury NFTs in a single freaking transaction. It guarantees automacy. Ultimately, basically make sure all assets moved and none do. And XRP facilitates the settlement fees and possibly provides liquidity to fill the valuation gaps. It's a pretty big deal. Think about when that could apply to mortgage loans. Think about that when that could transaction for home sales. This is a big deal, and I think no one's talking about it. For some reason, everyone just thinks, oh, great, NFTs, it's monkey pictures again on XRPL. This is way bigger than that. More importantly, instant final settlements, as well as lower operational and legal overhead costs. Why? Smart contracts handle the execution, real-time balance sheet adjustments, and trustless exchange without counterparty risks. Think about it. You're just removing all of the risks when it comes to this. These are a traditional finance fiat-to-fiat transaction, all done on XRPL with tokenized assets. I mean, you don't get any more bullish than that. If batch swaps on XRPL become standardized, banks and institutions can tokenize and trade assets seamlessly. That's everything. Also, DeFi protocols can run on XRPL with regulated institutional participation, and XRP becomes the universal settlement and liquidity token underpinning all of the tokenized markets. This is where the end game starts to begin. Think about global payments. It isn't just about moving XRP from one country to another. And basically this changes the entire financial markets. This could be what everyone's been talking about when NFTs are discussed. Forget monkey pictures and Bored Apes and everything else. This is about how do you facilitate the transaction of a mortgage, of a loan, of a credit card, and everything else. And it all can be facilitated with XRPL. Pretty bullish when you start to think about how that plays through. And don't forget, you also have compliance already on chain, KYC availability, as well as AMMs and everything else, all still sit on the XRPL. So this is going under the radar. So in my view, you got to share this video because people need to understand exactly what this means. And more importantly, DeFi protocols on regulated institutional participation. Think about what that could look like. You got things like Ondo Finance trying to tokenize the treasury market. Well, this allows even more deeper liquidity and innovation to come to XRPL. It is truly at the forefront, in my opinion, of what the new global system is going to be all about. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a link to the article that talks all about why these NFTs are, but I want you to think about it from a banking infrastructure. And this is where it's going to be so different. So if you are bullish on XRP, you've got to be pretty bullish about what this comes out. No one else is doing this. No other blockchain is doing it. And this is why it's totally different. This is why, in my opinion, this is not only a big week for the crypto market, but XRP as well. Remember, we were talking about how the bear trap was playing out. And guess what? It looks like it's exactly doing that. About 265, the price of XRP currently. We may even see $3 by the end of this week. But the long-term price predictions, these are where people, I will allow you to think $100, $1,000. If you truly have the entire banking sector doing that with NFTs, trading mortgages, broker loans, and everything else, who knows what the price of XRP could be, because it could be pretty epic. Let me know what you think of all of that in the comments down below. And more importantly, drop your price predictions for XRP in the comments. And don't forget, check out some of those links in the description. Become a channel member, click that join button, get access to our free premium Discord as well. Right, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.